What's up, guys? I'm actually here at Houston International Airport in Terminal E. If you look behind me, you can see all the people walking by. And I figured this was actually a perfect opportunity to start a new video series. This will be the first video in this series, talking about how to get a workout while on the go. And when I'm in a situation, a lot of times what I do is I'll use bands. I actually have them right here with me. So what I want to do here is go ahead and I'm going to get a bicep and tricep workout right here, right in Terminal E of Houston International Airport, to show you guys that you can get a workout anywhere, an effective workout. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a tricep kickback. All right, so it's the same way you would do a dumbbell kickback, but we're using bands. As a matter of fact, these are even better because when you're using dumbbells, the only time you get any resistance is when you're moving, basically using gravity to create that resistance. So there's a lot of parts of that range of motion where you don't have good resistance. But with bands, you have resistance on any plane. So that's just one of the things that I like about bands. And as we go through this workout, I'll tell you some of the other things that I like as well, where there's an advantage over actual free weights. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 3 sets of 10 reps on these kickbacks here. But just to make this efficient with time, and I like to do the same thing in the gym, I like to superset. So I'm gonna leave the band here, but I'm gonna steal the handle because I'm gonna superset these with standing curls. So what you wanna do here is you're actually going to anchor the bands by standing on them. Now, if you stand with a narrow stance, that's going to create less resistance. If I go with a really wide stance, it's stretching the bands out, creating more resistance. So you kind of have to find that ideal resistance to get your 10 reps, and you want your 10 reps to be hard. Before I jump back over to triceps, I'll tell you another thing that I like about bands over free weights, and that's that as you stretch a band, it gets harder and harder the more you stretch it. Now, say with a biceps curl, like I just did, you're gonna be weakest at the bottom and strongest at the top. But with the bands, the higher I get and the stronger I get, the harder it gets because I'm stretching the bands more. So the bands more closely follow your natural strength curve. So that's a real advantage of using bands over free weights. So if I can catch a workout here in Houston International Airport, then you can catch a workout anywhere. Whew. All right, so that's 3 sets of triceps. Just one more set of biceps, and then we'll move on and I'll show you another exercise. I think he was trying to jump in and get a set in. Whew. So there's 3 sets of 10 reps of a biceps curl and a triceps kickback. I think what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do an overhead single arm triceps extension. You know what's funny is I'm doing these, I hear people walking by snickering, laughing. Look, if you're committed to your fitness goals, then who cares what anybody else thinks? You're not doing this for them, you're doing this for yourself. So, you know, people can laugh, whatever. I'm here, I'm doing it. They're not, they're drinking their latte. So for biceps, I'm gonna do a single arm. I'm gonna do this like a concentration curl. So instead of curling right to the front, I'm gonna go ahead and gonna curl to the side. And as you do this, you wanna try to turn your pinky up as much as possible, get that rotation, get that supination in your hand like this. All right, so that's a little light, so what I'm gonna do is instead of stepping on it with 1 foot, I'm gonna step on it with 2 feet and go ahead and stretch the band out a little bit, create a little bit extra resistance like we talked about. So you're not just locked into that one weight or that set resistance with a band. You can really change it depending on your foot position. Looking at my watch, running out of time, so that's gonna have to do it for now, but at least I got something in. So that was 6 sets for biceps and 6 sets for triceps, and that's a whole lot better than nothing. And now I feel a whole lot better. If you're willing to, take your workouts with you no matter where you go, that's real commitment. And if you're willing to find a way, that's commitment, because you're always going to run into obstacles, whether it's with your training or your nutrition. Something's always going to come up. There's always going to be, a holiday, there's going to be business travel, there's always going to be something. And it really comes down to your ability or your commitment or your willingness to work around that. So thanks for joining me on my workout here in Houston. And I hope you guys can see that if I can catch a workout here, then you can catch a workout anywhere. Thirsty after my workout.